Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from our sponsor, Ethico.
In the intricate world of ethics and compliance, each second is precious, and slow case closures are more than just delays, they're missed opportunities. Enter Ethico. Our solution revolutionizes case management, cutting case closure times in half and turning every challenge into a chance for improvement. Imagine a workspace where efficiency and compliance coexist harmoniously. Don't just dream of faster resolutions, make it your reality. Visit ethico.com/CPN today to book a demo and dive into our exclusive white paper by Tom Fox, 2023, The Year in Compliance. Empower your team with the tools they deserve.
The Daily Compliance News for January 22, 2024, the China in Trouble edition. And we begin with that story, the first of 2 stories from the Wall Street Journal. It is about how the China Belt and Road Initiative turned out to be just a complete illusion, and how countries who took advantage of it have subsequently found the substandard construction of the Chinese contractors to be problematic. And it shows that, once again, the United States brings a level of confidence, efficiency, and professionalism to every contracting project, at least U.S. multinationals. It's a story of about a train station and railroad line in Angola where the Chinese government installed a computer system but didn't give the password to the Angolans. So the U.S. has stepped in and, with a Texas-based railway consortium, is upgrading the system. And this is really true across China. It's what I've been saying for years, that, belts and roads look good, but when you couple it with the corruption that went on, it's a disaster for those countries. Our second story from the Wall Street Journal comes from the Risk and Compliance Journal. David Smagala reporting that the Chinese bank ICBC was fined $32 million by the New York State Department of Financial Services for deficiencies in its anti-money laundering and bank secrecy programs. Really no surprise there from the Chinese bank. Next is the first of 2 articles from the Financial Times. The first is an op-ed piece by Martin Wolf, one of the great economic columnists of our time, which explains the devastating and bitter lessons of Brexit, which were a populism based on lies. So if you think about that in the context of the current U.S. election, you will see just how devastating that can be. It has literally wiped out the British economy and led to a more than $100 million trade deficit with Europe. And it'll take Britain generations, if ever, to recover from it. And our final story is entitled, Office Politics is Not Optional. Learn to play the game or you'll be its victim. You have to look at the informal power structures in a company. At the opening, the Compliance Podcast Network has a new sponsor, and that sponsor is Ethico. Ethico provides compliance champions like yourself with a ethics and compliance optimization system to turn goals and guidelines into real ROI for your compliance program. To learn more, go to ethico.com/CPM. We're going to link to that in the show notes as well. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.